Okay, this is homework assignment for Course 1, Class 1. This is homework assignment number 1, problem number 1 here. Find the absolute value of this problem. First, I'm going to distribute inside the absolute values and then simplify and then take it outside. So in this case, 2 times the quantity of negative 11 gives me the absolute value of negative 22, plus 3 times the quantity of 3 is 9. And when you combine the terms inside the absolute value, I get negative 13. Taking it outside the absolute value, then it's 13D. Question 2 asks me to place the values in order from least to greatest. I look at the denominators of each one of the fractions and see that they all could find their way into the number 40. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-express all the fractions with a denominator of 40. So which means I'm going to need to multiply all of these in order to get them the way I want them. So for example, when I convert 2/5 into 40ths, 5 times 8 gets me to 40, and then I have to do to the top the same thing. 2 times 8 is 16. So the first one is 16/40ths. 3/8, again, 40ths on the bottom, multiply by 5. At the top, it's going to be 15/40ths. Obviously, 4 times 10 gets me to 40ths on the bottom. 1 times 10 on the top gets me 10/40ths. And then finally, 3/10. Got to multiply 10 by 4 on the bottom. 3 times 4 on the top gets me to 12. So now my fractions in order going to go 1/4. So that's going to be number 1. Then after that, 12/40ths becomes this 3/10, so that's number 2. Then 3/8, which is 15/40ths, and 16/40ths. So we're looking for 1/4, 3/10, 3/8, 2/5. 1/4, 1/4, 3/10, 3/8, 2/5. The correct answer is H. This problem says if 5 times the quantity of x minus 7 equals 11, then what does x equal? We're going to distribute 5 times x and 5 times negative 5. So I get 5x times negative 7, 5x minus 35 equals 11. I'm going to add 35 to both sides. 5x equals 46. Divide both sides by 5. X equals 9 1/5, or 46/5. Correct answer is E. In question 4, we're given the expression, the quantity of negative 4x plus 3 minus the quantity of x minus 2 is equivalent to which of the following expressions. You really just need to simplify. Pay attention to the fact that this negative symbol is out here in front and needs to get distributed to everything inside the parentheses. So when we rewrite it, nothing happens inside this first parentheses. So it is negative 4x plus 3. Distributing the negative sign to both of the inside the parentheses, we get negative x and positive 2. Combining like terms, we get negative 5x plus 5. Correct answer is F. Question number 5, which of the following is equivalent to this inequality? What you need to do is solve for x. So rewrite the problem here. Take away 5x from both sides. This is negative 3x plus 5 is greater than negative 22. Take away 5 from both sides. We get negative 3x is greater than negative 27. Divide both sides by negative 3. Don't forget to flip the sign because you just divided by a negative. You get x is less than 9. The correct answer is D. In number 6, we see if f of x is defined as f of x equals 5x squared minus 3, what is f of negative 3? Basically, that problem is just asking us to plug in x, or negative 3, wherever we see x. So we see 5 times the quantity of negative 3 squared minus 3, and we're just going to simplify. And that's 5 times the quantity of negative 3 squared is 9. Minus 3, 5 times 9 is 45, minus 3, the answer is 42, G. Question 7 asks us which of the following is equivalent to this inequality. 5 times the quantity of 2x minus 3 is less than 2 times the quantity of x plus 4. We use the distributive property to get inside these parentheses, so we get 10x minus 15 is less than 2x plus 8. Now we're going to solve for x. Take 2x from both sides. 8x minus 15 is less than 8. Add 15 to both sides. 8x is less than 23, or x is less than 23/8. The correct answer is E. Here again we see a problem where we have to simplify in order to find the correct answer to this expression. This is a great opportunity to use the FOIL method. First terms give us 16x squared. The outside terms give us positive 12x y squared. The inside terms give us a negative 12x y squared, and the last terms give us a negative 9y to the fourth. These two like terms cancel each other out, leaving us with 16x squared minus 9y to the fourth. The correct answer is F. Here's a similar problem for all numbers of x and of any value. 2x minus 5 squared equals what? We can simply set this up as distributive property. Using the FOIL method, we get 4x squared minus 10x minus 10x plus 25. Combining the like terms, we end up with 4x squared minus 20x plus 25. 4x squared minus 20x minus 25, or plus 25. The correct answer is D. This final problem is just a little bit more complicated. It says given that f of x equals 3x plus 8 and g of x equals x squared minus 3, what is the expression for f of g of x? That basically says wherever we see an x in the original expression, we take the value for g of x and plug it in there. So the way that ends up working, it looks like this. What you have is you've taken the value of g of x, x squared minus 3, and you plugged it in where the x was in the original expression for f of x. That's how this x squared minus 3 ends up in here inside this parentheses. Now you're using the distributive property to get 3x squared minus 9 plus 8, or 3x squared minus 1. The correct answer is H.